Hello, friends, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Blessed Yule. Whatever you celebrate, I hope it is the most wonderful day for you. I know they all land on different days, but I am posting this one on Christmas Day because we are playing with the 'Tis the Season palette from Cosmic Beauty. Now, this is my same series I've been working on where I'm using every single shade in every single palette in my collection, but since this is currently my only holiday palette, at least as of when I'm filming this, it felt fitting to put this one right on Christmas Day. So yeah, with that said, guys, I hope you enjoy. And I did also want to mention that during the week of Christmas, I don't know if you noticed or not, but I have been posting every single day of the week. I didn't say anything in all the videos because a lot of it was pre-filmed that I had prepped, and I just figured for the week of Christmas, why not go ahead and do a little extra posting? So I hope you've been enjoying that. After the week of Christmas, I will be going back to 3 posts a week. I've been posting on Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, so you can look forward to that again. But yeah, for the week of Christmas, we are playing with makeup every single day. I hope you've been enjoying, and yeah, let's just go ahead and jump into playing with this palette. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and hop into the 'Tis the Season from Cosmic Beauty. I'm thinking I want to play with most of these. I don't think I'm going to be playing with Festive, but we're going to take mistletoe, garland, and holly, and then I think I'm going to use some of decorations, and we're also going to be using cranberries and maybe a neutral or two. So let's start with mistletoe, and then we're going to go in with garland and holly. So those are the shades we're going to start with. So I'm going in with this really big fluffy brush into mistletoe, and I'm just brushing that along the brow bone. All right, so I want that pretty pigmented. I want this to be a very dramatic, festive look. I'm also gonna bring it more into that crease area, just on this inner part. And then let's go in with garland, which is the second blue, like the second lighter blue. Just brush that on this outer part of the crease and just slowly blend it into that lighter green. Just kind of pressing it into that crease line and just very softly blending the edges out into that lighter green. Okay, I think I really like that. Next, I'm taking holly, which is that really, really dark green matte, and we're going to press it along just this outer edge of the lid and super tight in the crease. And then I'm just gonna go back in with the brush that I used for garland and just soften the edges for that shade as well. All right, now we're gonna take some glitter primer, and just on a flat brush, we're just going to put that all over the crease. And I actually am going to take a little bit of Festive and then lots of cranberries. We're going to start with Festive, and I'm just going to place that just on this outer part by the dark green, and then going into cranberries on the other side of the same flat brush. That's going to go over the rest of the lid. And I'm just going to blend those 2 shades together just in the center. And I'm just touching up holly, that really dark green shade. Next, we're gonna go into decorations, and I'm just gonna put that right up in this brow bone area. And then I think I want to take holly and pull it underneath that lower lash line just a little bit as well. Pull it around. And then I might want to bring cookies. I think I want to put cookies on the rest of the lower lash line. So just pressing that throughout the rest of the lower lash line. I don't know if I want to add a shimmer or not yet, but I do think that looks really cute. For the inner corner, I was originally gonna do Celebrate, but I think I want to do Candlelight. I think it'll go better with cookies. So just putting that on that inner corner. I think that looks really pretty. And then what I think I want to do actually is go back into decorations, and I just kind of want to put it here, like above Candlelight. All right. I think that's all I'm gonna do for eyeshadow. So I'm gonna hop off, finish off the rest of my face, and I'll come back and show you the completed look. Okay guys, we are back with the completed look, take 2. I don't know why, but the first one was so out of focus and blurry, so we're trying this one more time. So yes, I am staying in my pajamas because what more says Christmas than just staying in your pajamas all day long, right? So for this look, for the rest of my eyes, I just went in with my ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in Peach Fuzz, and I went in with my e.l.f. Lash and Roll Mascara. I'm trying to get this one emptied out because my next ice cream box I think is gonna have a mascara in it. I think I saw someone say that, and I don't want to have more than 2 at a time open. So if I can get this one emptied in time, I can use it in my using everything in the box, and if I don't, well, I might have to set it aside for later. For my face, I went in with my e.l.f. Sun Touchable Primer. I really like this one, but I need to get one that is cheaper for when I'm just bumming around the house, because honestly I don't need to put this one on when I'm not even going outside today. So I want a cheaper one for bum around the house days, and I would save this one for when I actually leave the house, ideally. For foundation, I went in with my Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator in Light. It is pretty dark for me, so I always bring in a little of my Juvia's Place Concealer in 24. I am scraping the edges in this one though, so it might be time to find a replacement for that one soon here. And then I did go in with my Cosmic Beauty Blush in Nutmeg. It felt right while using the 'Tis the Season palette to pull in bits from the rest of the collection, so that's what I'm hoping to do for all the looks, but we will see what actually happens. And then I did set with my Wet n Wild Translucent Setting Powder. I went in with another blush. I'm not gonna reopen it because it's not staying shut anymore, so I put an elastic around it to help hold it shut, and because this is take 2, it is what it is. I went in with the one called Classy from this color quad though, just as a little extra for the blush, and then I didn't actually do highlighter today. For my lips, I just went in with the Bullet Lip from the same Cosmic Beauty collection. This one is in Ginger Snap, and I just treated it like a one and done, no lip liner, nothing like that. And then I did also touch up my brows with my e.l.f. brow pencil. This one's in Brunette. I do need the darker shade, but I'm just gonna use this one up first because I do have it, and it's the only brow pencil I have at the moment. So that is everything I used to finish off this look. So let's go ahead and hop into look number 2. Okay guys, for look number 2, I was thinking we'd play with some of the pinks and purples. So I think we'll start with Ribbon up on the brow bone, and then we'll probably go into Party Gifting Stocking, and then I'm thinking Mulled Wine, but we might also bring in 'Tis the Season. So we're just gonna start with these 4 and then kind of see how we think everything will fit together. So I'm going into Ribbon first on a pretty big fluffy brush here, and we're just going to place that as high up as possible up in that brow bone. Next we're going to go into Party, and I don't think these 2 shades are going to look very different, but we're going to do it anyways, just with a smaller fluffy brush, and we're going to keep that one pretty high up as well. Not quite as high up, but still quite high. Yeah, so there is a slight difference. The Ribbon is basically a white, and then this one at least leans a little more purple. It's very subtle, these 2 shades. Next we'll go into Gifting, which is that like mid-tone purple shade, and again high up but not too high up. We're just slowly moving down to kind of create an ombre effect, and just slowly pulling this throughout the entire crease. And I'm gonna go back in with that first fluffy brush just to kind of work on softening the edges. Now I want to go in, just wondering if I should pull it up a little bit more, just that Gifting shade. I think I will, just a little bit, something like that. And then we're gonna go in to Stocking, which is that darkish pink shade, and I'm going in with a pretty tiny brush, and we're just going to push that tight in this crease, still all the way across. And then let's go back in with the brush that had Gifting on it, the purple shade, and we're just going to soften up the edges. Now let's go in to 'Tis the Season. I think we'll save Mulled Wine to go with those neutral shades. We're going to go in with 'Tis the Season, And what I want to do is put that on this inner edge of the lid as well as on this outer edge. And I'm just going to work on building it up. And I'm going to go back and forth between that brush and the brush with gifting just to make sure the top edges are blended. Okay, now we can do shimmers. So I'm thinking what we can do is put baubles on the lid, fairy lights on the inner corner, and then that just leaves these two shades along with those last three neutrals for the next look. So I'm not sure what I want to do on my lower lash line yet, but let's get those shimmers placed. So I'm going to grab a little bit of my NYX glitter primer and just spreading that glitter primer on the lid. And we're going to pick up Baubles, which is that darker purple shimmer, and place that all over the lid. So I'm pretty sure this happens when I accidentally get glitter primer where I'm not supposed to. And then it shows up a little bit darker in those spots, which is really annoying to me, and I always spend way too much time trying to fix it. But we're gonna go into Fairy Lights and just pop that on my inner corner and maybe actually on my brow bone as well. Ooh, this one's actually more pinky than I was anticipating. Really, really pretty though. And just nice and on the brow bone right here. And then I'm just gonna gently pull it out. Pretty, okay. The only thing I'm not liking is right here and right here. It's the shade Stalking is showing up quite dark. And again, I'm pretty sure it's because I accidentally put glitter primer there. But otherwise, I'm really liking this look. Kind of want to pull Fairy Lights under the lower lash line as well, just because it's more pink than I was anticipating, and I think that'll be really cute. And then I'll go in with a purple waterline color. I think I still have one. So I'm just gonna glitter prime that lower lash line, and we're just picking up some Fairy Lights. Yeah, it's like a lavender to a baby pink, and I think it's so cute. And then I think I'm done for eyeshadow, so I'm gonna hop off, finish off the rest of the face, and I'll come back and show you the completed look. Okay guys, we are back with the completed look, and I am feeling really cute. I definitely think this turned out really pretty. The purples and the pinks kind of combined. I really like it. So to finish off the look, let's start with eyes. I did still have the cream gel liner that I was wanting to use. This is the ColourPop one in Piggy Bank. And then I went in with my e.l.f. Lash and Roll Mascara. I'm trying to use it up, so I'm going to be using this one pretty much consistently until it's empty, I think. Maybe. For my face, I went in with my e.l.f. Sun Touchable Primer, and then I went in with my Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator in Light. I mixed in some of my Juvia's Place Concealer in 24, just because the light's a little dark on me. I'm going to try a different shade because I do kind of like this. I think that I would like to try another, just in a better shade once this one runs out. I did go in with a cream blush. Again, I'm trying to use the other products from the 'Tis the Season collection. So I went in with Mary, and then I also decided to go in with a cream highlight. I went in with Girly Pop from Moon Slice Beauty. For my setting powder, I went in with my Photo Focus Loose Setting Powder from Wet n Wild in Translucent. And then I did go in with another blush and highlight. This is from the Unearthly Cosmetics Devour collection. And I used both of these, so I went in with Slay and I went in with Delicate, and I think it turned out really, really pretty. I felt like this was the best blush for this kind of eye color. I think it matches so beautifully. For my lips, I went in with my ColourPop liner, lip liner in Top Down, and then I did go in with my Cosmic Beauty lipstick in Santa Baby. Now, I did want to use these ones with the palette just because it makes sense, but I do think that a more purpley pink kind of lippy would have looked better, but I'm still just gonna go with it because I wanted to use the whole collection. I almost think that instead of Santa Baby, they should have pulled in either like a pink or purple kind of shade, or even they brought in a neutral because they had Nutmeg, and no, they had Ginger Snap, and I love that one. But I feel like with this palette, like just as an example, like a color like this would have been beautiful. I don't really think that the Santa Baby goes very well with this palette other than like this shade, maybe with some of the greens and reds, but as a whole I think I would have preferred like a berry color. That's just my opinion anyways. But yeah, I think that would have went better with this look as well. Anyways, that was everything I used to finish off look number 2. So let's go ahead and jump into our third and final look for the video. Okay guys, so for look number 3, we're gonna be having a little bit of a more neutral look, for me at least. So we're using mulled wine and tinsel. I want tinsel on the entire lid, that's for sure. Mulled wine is probably going to be on the inner part because we also have hot chocolate, which I think will be a great deepening shade for out on this outer corner. And then we have ginger, which I'm just going to throw in the brow bone as a blending shade. And Celebrate will go on the inner corner, and I think that's all we're going to do. If I decide to bring in any colors that I've already used as well, I'll let you know, but for now let's just start with that. So I'm going to start by going into ginger just with a nice large fluffy brush, and we're just going to brush that along the brow bone. I already primed with my Morphe eye primer. So man, I was not feeling great last night. It's that time for me. Love that for me. I actually am on a type of birth control that stops my period. Sorry, TMI if you're not comfortable with that, but like, I don't know, I just want to chat with you guys. So I'm on a type of birth control that basically stops my period, and every couple months I do have to kind of take a break from the pill so that it force starts it. And I'm currently doing that, but I get such bad pain that like when I was in school, I would miss so much school because it was so unbearable. And as an adult, it's not like I can just constantly miss work for it every month. So thankfully we did find this solution to, going into hot chocolate now, to make it a little bit more bearable, or at least like more in my control. I can kind of know when the really bad days are going to be, so hopefully I can schedule it for being on days off, which thankfully I am off work today, so I can just be comfortable. It's not like a perfect solution. My mom had endometriosis, and if you don't know what that is, I believe it basically means that the blood like flows where it's not supposed to inside you, and it causes problems. I don't know exactly how to explain it, and I also don't want to go too deep into that topic. I don't want to make anyone like uncomfortable, but basically it sucks and it causes periods to be a lot worse than they are. And I'm not diagnosed with that because it's super hard to find someone that's willing to diagnose you, because you have to do a minor surgery to properly get it diagnosed. Like, they say you can do an ultrasound and sometimes see it, but it's so inconclusive. So I've done that process a few times, but again, like most of the time it's found by having a different surgery done, and they just stumble upon it, because having someone actually willing to do the procedure just to diagnose you, it's hard to find someone. And the doctor that my mom dealt with that was really good when she was going through everything, that's who got me on the birth control as a temporary solution, but that was like probably 7 years ago. And unfortunately, after we found that temporary solution, this is mulled wine by the way, but basically the doctor that helped her out, they ended up switching careers basically shortly after getting me on a birth control as a temporary solution, and I've kind of been at a standstill since as far as diagnosing it and getting that situated. Not that like the diagnosis does much, because there's not really a lot you can do. Like, they say getting a hysterectomy helps, but like it doesn't for some reason actually get rid of the problem, from what I've researched at least. I don't know, it's such a complex thing, so it's hard. I'm gonna go in with some NYX glitter primer. But yeah, so I'm not diagnosed with that, but like just based on how bad the pain has always been for me, and because it can be a hereditary thing, and also I'm celiac, which also apparently can make it more common to have endometriosis. I'm pretty sure I have it, but unfortunately, like, I don't like self-diagnosing myself, so I never say I 100% have it, but I definitely suspect I have it, and it just makes certain things a lot worse. So last night I was in a lot of pain. Usually the only thing that helps is taking some painkillers, having a basically burning hot shower and letting that run over my tummy, and then using Tiger Balm on it. And I know that's not probably the best thing I could do, but I gotta do what helps, right? So I'm not feeling amazing today, but I still wanted to play with makeup and hang out and chat. I'm going into tinsel now. We're gonna put that all over the lid. So yeah, that thankfully I'm pre-filming a little bit, so I should be feeling good on Christmas because that's when you guys are seeing this. So don't feel bad for me, because Christmas I'm thinking will be a wonderful day of presents, yummy food, and video games, and I'm very, very excited for that. Today, when I'm filming this, I think I'm just filming a little bit of content. I need to clean off my phone because it's so full that I won't be able to keep filming if I don't clean some stuff off. And I take stuff off my phone constantly, like for these videos, but then I have lots of content for shorts and that sort of thing that fills up my phone really, really quickly. So I do need to spend some time cleaning up my phone and probably doing some video editing and that sort of thing today. So I'll probably do that and also play a little bit of RuneScape because I can do a lot of AFK stuff and just level up. So I can kind of be working on leveling some easy tasks up while I do editing and that sort of thing. Partner got me and my mom both a 1-month membership to play over the holidays together, which was super, super nice. I've been feeling in the mood for that nostalgia because I grew up playing RuneScape, and it's just a good, cozy, nostalgic game, and I've been in the mood to play it. So I thought it was super sweet of him to get us each a membership this month. Alright, I also need to grab Celebrate. We're going to pop that on the inner corner, and then I think I'll just pull mulled wine and hot chocolate on the lower lash line as well. I think I'll put Celebrate also on the brow bone. This palette is so cute and versatile. I have really been enjoying playing with it. I think before this video I just did 2 looks for like a first impression because I was doing a first impression for the whole collection, so I wanted to do 1 makeup look for one of the blush and lipsticks and 1 makeup look for the other blush and lipstick. So I've only played with this palette twice prior to this video, and I'm really excited to be playing with it again. I actually really enjoyed this palette so far. Okay, and I just want to put Celebrate just right up here, just right up in this brow bone, and then I like to just with my finger kind of pull it out just so it's more intense. I've been really enjoying that. I used to just kind of softly put it over everywhere, but I like that extra pop right there. Been doing that lately. My eye's watering a little bit, so I'm just going to touch up that spot off camera once it stops watering, but for now we're gonna get the lower lash line started. So I'm going into mulled wine for the inner part. Yeah, I'm just gonna get the shadows laid out, and then I'll touch these up. Usually my eye stops watering once I finish off the second eye. It kind of calms down. Just wiping that brush off and going into hot chocolate just on this second half. This is such a nice easy look. I could definitely whip this look together on like a work day. I've been trying, I say that as I've done it like maybe 3 times over the past couple weeks, but I've been trying to do my makeup for work as well because I have such a big collection that I feel like I should be using my makeup more often. For me, it's not that I don't want to, it's that I don't want to wake up. But like even doing a simple makeup look, at least I'm getting use out of my products more often. So I've been trying to do that. And I feel like this is a makeup look I could easily get done pretty quickly on a work morning, which I love. All right, that's literally all I'm going to do for shadow. So I'm going to hop off, finish the rest of the face, and I'll come back, show you the completed look, and we'll finish off the video. Okay, we are back with the completed look number 3. And like I was saying, it's a very simple look, something I could easily do on a early morning work day, which I really love. I think it turned out really cute even without throwing lashes on. I think it was simple enough that just a nice basic mascara looks really pretty with it. So to finish off the look, for my eyes, I just went in with my ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in Extra Frosting. I really want to get more colors of these. I love them. For my lashes, I just went in with my e.l.f. Lash and Roll Mascara. I'm trying to get it emptied out and have it all used up. So focusing on this one a lot right now. For my primer, I went went in with my e.l.f. Sun Touchable Primer. It's the only one in my collection at this time, so it's what I use every single makeup look. For my foundation, I went in with my Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. This one's in light, so I always pull in my Juvia's Place Concealer in 24. It's almost empty, so I'm gonna have to find another light one to add to my collection really soon here. And then I want to try this one again in a lighter shade because I do really like it, but again, it is too dark for me, so I do have to pull something else in. Then I did go in with my Moonslice Beauty Highlighter. This one's in Girly Pop. It was for one of the Eyescream Beauty boxes. It's the only highlighter I have that's not in powder form, so I have been really enjoying it though. I think it's really cute, especially when I use a glowy blush. Then that's usually a good amount of highlighter for me and I don't have to pull a second one in. Then I went in with my Cosmic Beauty Cream Blush in Mary. This is a part of the collection, so I wanted to use it. I did forget to use a lip from the collection. I wasn't even thinking about it, but we'll get to that in a minute. Then I set everything with my Wet n Wild Loose Setting Powder. This one's translucent. Then I went in with my Be Bella Blushed Color Quad, and we went in with Electric Pink this time. I think it turned out super pretty with this look. And then for lips, I went in with one of my new Blend Bunny Cream Matte Lipsticks that I got from the Black Friday sale. This one is in Sweetheart, and honestly, since before I placed this order, I haven't seen my Tease shade. I have no idea where it went, and I'm really heartbroken because that was one I wasn't able to stock up on because it was sold out. I hope I find it because I also wanted to like empty it and use it up, so I'm kind of sad about that. I hope I find it, but I went in with Sweetheart. This is such a cute, soft, wearable, like mauvey pink shade. I love this. It'll probably be my most used shade, to be honest, out of my Blend Bunny ones at least. So that's everything I used to finish off the look. Let's zoom out and finish up the video. Alrighty friends, so those are my 3 looks that I created using up every single shade in this palette. I loved all of the looks. I feel like there's still so much opportunity for creating different looks in this palette. It feels so versatile. I could go with a really neutral. I could go with neutral with a pop of color. I love these mauve tones. They're very wearable shades too. I like doing neutrals with pops of colors and like simple looks for work days. Not because I don't want to wear colorful looks, but because it's easier to do a quick, simple look with not too much color. The colorful looks, I feel like I want to go so intense with. So having some wearable colors, like this is just such a nice, versatile palette. You can also do really beautiful, intense, colorful looks with this one. I had a lot of fun playing with it, and I feel like there's still so much opportunity to create more really beautiful looks with this palette. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you had a favorite look, let me know down below. Let me also know what you're doing for Christmas today. I would love to hear. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to hype me up, that's a button you can press as well. And if you want to see more content from me, feel free to hit that subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. And with that all said, I hope you have a very Merry Christmas, a happy holiday, whatever it is you celebrate, or if you don't celebrate, just a wonderful day, and I will catch you in my next one. Bye!